Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. So, who is this accountant dude everybody is talking about? Who is this accountant dude? Have you ever thought about 5xing or 7xing your XRP? Have you thought about that? I'm going to show you a way. I'm going to talk to you about a way that you can do that. Definitely going to talk to you about a way that you can do that. And Bitcoin it broke the all-time high today. It broke the all-time high today. We're going to get into that as well. We're going to check out the markets as well. Interesting stuff coming out from SBI and FX Coin. We'll get into that in just a bit as well. Interesting time. Very exciting time to be in the digital asset space. Let's roll this intro and get into some stuff. All right, guys, what is going on? Again, this is the Crypto Siege. Happy Tuesday to you. Whoa. Happy Tuesday. Happy Monday to you. Man, I got to tell you. Listen, first of all, guys, thank you for checking in. Can you guys hear me okay? I got my headset. I got my earplugs in here. I want to make sure the volume is okay for you guys. How was the Thanksgiving? How was the holidays? Danny Loff is in the building. Good to see you, my friend. We haven't shared this banner in a while. I think it's time to share the banner. What is going on? Indeed. Good to see you guys today. Where's the comments at? Yes, indeed. What's going on, Fabio? Danny Loff, what's up, bro? Siege. Yes, I have. What? What's that, bro? What is that? Oh, you have Celsius. Yes, indeed. So some really good news coming out of SBI, BC Trade. That is exciting. You know, actually testing and using XRP. We're going to get into that a little bit. Hopefully, I'll be able to share the video. We'll see. I might have to, what is it? Ecosystem. Okay. Let me get rid of this too. May have to get rid of some stuff to share it, but the volume's good. You guys can hear me okay? Drew Jack, my goodness, my friend. We haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Absolutely great to see you for sure. Danny Loft said, got up this morning and put on my moon suit. Put my moon suit on and my bags are fully packed. Haha, great to hear that, brother. Absolutely great to hear that. Bro, XRP Yo family, as we come in and grab a seat, hit the let's get money likes button so we can affect the algos. There you go. Thanks. That's right, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you ring that notification bell if you haven't done so already. Man, I gotta tell you, it's one of these cool days to kind of see some stuff going on in your blockfolio, right? It's always great to see that, and it's it's pretty good. It's not bad, but is that BTC price right? Let's see some. No, why does it have that BTC price like that? Let's update this thing. It's got BTC at 18,550. Come on, Blockfolio. That's not correct. But in any case, guys, I hope you're excited. Got some interesting news from out of iTrust Capital as well. So it looks like that they are not going to be doing anything in reference to the Spark token, the Flynn Networks airdrop. You know, interesting stuff. They're not going to be doing it. They got an interesting reason why they said they're not doing it. And apparently they're working with or, you know, with Curve Finance, I think, CURV. Some interesting players in the space, by the way. Curve are some interesting people. Okay, there it is. It finally updated the price there on Blockfolio. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, so it did break its all-time high, guys. BTC broke its all-time highs. Remind me to share just a little bit of was it excerpt? Insert? I don't know. A little bit of a portion of an excerpt. I don't know, from an interview with CZ Binance. Dude, you want to know why that? If you want to know why that Binance is Binance and the billions of dollars that this guy is making, just that little part that he talks about there with the Layla lady on Twitter. Wow, I can't pronounce her last name, but if you want to know why that dude is that dude. Yeah, it's interesting stuff to see that. So we're going to share that with you guys as well. Let's go over the numbers for the market real quick. Bitcoin is at $19,410 currently. It's up 7%, 7.5% in 24 hours. Ethereum is at $611 and up almost 11% in 24 hours. XRP is at 64.7%, up 8.35%. Which is nice. Bitcoin Cash is up to $310.98. Litecoin is at $86. Chainlink's at $14.22. Cardano is at 17 cents. Polkadot's at $5.40. And Stellar is at 20 cents. Stellar's been making some moves lately. Some interesting stuff there to see what's going on with Stellar. So that's kind of where the market is right now. Tether, what does it say for Tether? 99.7. I don't know how to 99.3. Okay, gotcha. So that's the market right now, guys. December 3rd is going to be really, really interesting. How many of you guys checked out the video from the guy who calls himself the accountant on YouTube? How many of you guys checked that out? Boris Garlinghouse, huh? Hey, Boris, how are you? I have heard that, Danny Law. I have. Yep, I did hear about that. Rumors are now flying that the U.S. will clear XRP, but will crack down on self-custody, Bitcoin, and privacy coins. Have you heard this? I didn't hear about the privacy coins. I mean, I've heard it in the past. About privacy coins, but I think the latest news, Danny, is look, the big deal was Michael Arrington tweeting out December 3rd, and so a lot of people were going into different things what they thought it was. Crypto Eddie thought it had something to do with some other project that he's a part of. I tweeted out something about SEC meeting on the 3rd. That's probably what it was. The accountant, you know, he kind of referenced some stuff. His video was great if you have not checked it out. Very interesting insight in terms of what might happen with custody. Look, Coinbase put that tweet out. Brian Armstrong, we'll cover that as well if I can find it. About, you know, Mnuchin possibly doing something in reference to custody. They have to do something, but I don't think that it's going to be the end of hardware wallets. I think that they're going to want more transparency. And hey, as long as I can still keep my stuff safe, I can provide all the transparency you want. Like, look, we get the the few, right, that want to kind of have that kind of level of privacy. It's just not going to work overall. It's just not going to work overall. I don't think so. Yeah, so I did hear about that for sure. Good morning, Patrick Truesdale. Good to see you. Yeah, so I think that one of the keys in terms of the market with BTC is, I'm hoping and praying for 2 alt seasons. So I'm hoping that BTC does not go anything above 25 grand. It can break all-time highs. It can go to 20,000, 21,000. Cool. But I'd like to see it stay below 25,000. I think we would all like to see 2 alt seasons for sure, right? We definitely want to see 2 alt seasons. 6-figure days. I like that. What's going on? Good to see you, 6-figure days. Who else checked in? Did I miss anyone else checking in? No, 46 people in the stream. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. We always like to have just as many likes as we do people in the stream. So collapse that chat if you don't mind. Go smash the like if you enjoy the content, and then come back and hang out. Black Impact. Salute to the family. Chicago Southside checking in. What's good, dude? Good to see you, Chicago Southside. How long you been in the digital asset space, bro? Black Impact. How long have you been in the space, my friend? Willie Washington is here. What's going on, Willie Washington? BC in the Matrix. What's good, BC? So, guys, listen. Let me share some tweet stuff, and then I'm going to talk to you about something that I think is interesting. I was doing some numbers again on the XRP to BTC flip-flop, if you will, and alts to BC, that kind of repositioning. And yeah, just the strategy overall is interesting one. You can really 5x to 7x your amount of XRP that you hold. Sell tokens. I don't know how the sell token is doing. Let's check that out, Danny Law. Oh, Lucky Lloyd. Okay. Change your name. Okay. Lucky Lloyd. All right, bro. That's good. Change the name. I like it. All right. Let's see here. See how Celsius is doing. $2.50. $2.50 for sell token, my friend. Yep, 250, Danny Loft. Can you imagine the people that got in that thing? Why is my Oh, great to hear that. You did. Good for you. Got you. Yeah, exactly. Yes, indeed. Danny Loft got 20,000 sell back when I told him about it. That's not a bad gain right there, bro. What's going on with my comments here? What's going on here? There it is. What's that? Carlone, shout out from the Philippines. Hey, from the Philippines, check it out. You got them at 68 cents back then. Good for you. Yeah, I got mine at 50 cents, so I'm happy. 54 cents, 50 cents, somewhere in there. XRP number one's in the building. How are you, my friend? So let's go over some of these tweets, guys, that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's see. Pomp said, holy crap, Bitcoin is really making a run at 20,000 this morning. currently sitting at 19,720. That was at 950 this morning. So it's good to see that Bitcoin's doing a little move. All-time highs are definitely going to start to bring the masses into the space. That is without question. I'm going to go over this accountant tweet later. Look at Ryan Selke's. Oh, goodness. I can't believe this is the last day you'll be able to buy Bitcoin under 20,000. And you know what? Let me share these tweets with you guys. Let me share this one. And we're going to get into this one in this video, hopefully. Appreciate the overwhelming response to my YouTube video on possible U.S. Treasury changes in how it treats cryptocurrency. Great feedback, learning a lot from everyone in the comments. Next video focus on the EU and how they are creating regulations for the new digital economy. And he got tons and tons of responses in this tweet. Bank XRP, Green Eggs, and Sam I Am said did a great job on it. Interesting video. I came across this video from watching BK. I don't know how was it 2 days ago? BK put this out. He said somebody sent him this video, and I went to check it out. And interesting video. So we're going to go over that as well. Let's see what happens when I do this. I got the share there now. Nope, it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to go over that. Let's see what other tweet that I wanted to share with you guys. Anders L said, I'm looking for 3 catalysts. Bitcoin at 20,000. Crypto market cap over 1 trillion. That's going to be a while. XRP taking the #1 spot. Yeah, so an agent responded to him, Anders L, and said, #1 gets us retail interest and press coverage. Correct. #2 gets us more institutional retiree interest. There you go. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And so, guys, let's go over, and this is some food for thought, and I think it's let's go over the accountant's video first, because I think that's some great food for thought. Interesting to kind of look into that and just gain another perspective on the possibilities of what could happen, especially as XRP holders. For those of you that hold Stellar Lumen, it could possibly be something big. So let's see if we can find a video. I could do history. Let me do history first. When did I watch that? Yesterday. Man, this thing is slow. Internet's slow today. I don't know why. Problem if you put in the accountant is the movie comes up a lot of times, which was a great movie, by the way. Hold on a second. Where is it at? There it is. So essentially, he started putting things together because of what Coinbase was putting out, information that Coinbase was putting out. And I think it's a good listen to. Hopefully it'll play for you guys. If not, I'll just kind of cover it with you guys. So yeah, the internet's acting up big time. First of all, how many of you guys saw this video? Anybody see that video with the accountant? Did anybody see the video this morning, or see that video yet from the guy who calls himself the accountant in the digital? He's a digital asset space guy, obviously. Boris said, "Yep, pro XRP, it was awesome." Boris, yep, yes. XRP #1 saw it. Danny Loft, did you see that video? Okay, Young Mischief 801 is here. How are you, my friend? Hey, mate. Let me share this. It says, "Hey, mate, hope you have a great day. Let's hope for 70 cents today and have it be our bottom." Yeah, I hear you. Good to see you. Where are you checking in from, Young Mischief 801? Firefly 20, good to see you checking in the stream today. Good to see. It's always great to have you here. So in any case, what the video is about is, Coinbase, kind of putting out this information. Number one, that they were going to stop their margin trading. And that they were no longer sending out 1099K or Bs, which is essentially stuff that involves commodities and or properties or stocks or stuff like that, right? That I thought to be very, very interesting. The fact that they said they were going to stop doing the margin lending, I just thought that was just about the whole debacle that was BitMEX with that Hayes dude. So I didn't really think too much about it when they said they're going to stop the margin lending. But when they also started saying that they were no longer going to be issuing, Danny Loft, the 1099Ks or the 1099Bs. I thought that was interesting because we all know that Coinbase is, I don't want to say that they're locked arm in arm with the IRS or the SEC or whatever, but certainly they did give up information, and certainly it feels as though they have a speed dial, right, for the IRS, right, in the IRS for them. That's what it definitely feels like to me. So with that being the case, I just think that Coinbase, because they were very, I don't want to use the word complicit, but because they were willing to work kind of hand in hand with the IRS and not try to buck and not go the decentralized route and not try to do any of this stuff, and did provide the info that the IRS wanted. Remember when they did that years ago, right? Where, in terms of account information for people who had accounts with them. I think that perhaps Coinbase is in the know with where the IRS is looking to go, right? And so when Coinbase says that they are going to no longer issue the 1099K or Bs, and they're going to only issue 1099 miscellaneous, that's a big shift, right? Because I mean, generally you got the SEC saying, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't securities, but what are they? They're not securities. What are they, right? And so they've kind of fallen in the property, commodity, stock kind of realm, right? Right, that type of thing. And that's where they kind of lead the whole digital asset space kind of in the commodity, stock, property thing, right? Russia property, right? So different, right? But never currencies, never currencies. And so a 1099 miscellaneous is about income, right? It's about income. We have a few businesses, right? So we get a few 1099s every year. And that's about income. So how does a digital asset platform begin to issue 1099s unless it's about income? Now, I get the staking part, right? And so they do offer some staking, right? They do, right? Tezos different. I mean, it's the worst staking in the history of staking. It's terrible how much they keep, but they do offer that. So what the accountant was kind of speculating is that since Coinbase has number one said they're no longer doing that margin trading. Number two, the 1099 B and K is done out, and that they're going to start issuing 1099s for income, well, which is basically income. That perhaps the U.S. Treasury, SEC, slant, FinCEN is just basically going to say that these assets are currencies, that the currencies. And so, Danny, I would play it for you, but I don't think it's going to work. I'll try it, but I think it's not going to work, my friend. If not, I'll let you know. I'll put the link in the description of the video. But let's see, it'll play. Interesting stuff. Hopefully this will work without echoing.
It first started off hearing about people getting IRS letters, notices in the mail, particularly clients who traded with Coinbase. Coinbase has historically issued a 1099K. This is an article I found referencing, the situation that's going on. What that form is it's simply stating your gross receipts. So if you traded on Coinbase and you sold any cryptocurrency, let's say you bought Bitcoin for $20,000 back in the last bull run. Well, if you ended up selling it at $6,000, Coinbase is saying that you owe tax on $6,000. But the way the Treasury guidance is telling us how that would be taken care of on the tax side is that you bought it for $20,000, you sold it for $6,000, you have a $14,000 long-term capital loss. So these people are getting basically taxed on income that isn't actually representative of what happened in real life. So Coinbase has come out, and per this article, they're basically saying they're going to be moving to a 1099 miscellaneous. Okay, that's great, but this still doesn't solve the issue of the basis for the cryptocurrencies. If the IRS and the Treasury are going to treat these as property, Coinbase really needs to issue a 1099B. So it'd be very similar to a brokerage statement. And it'd be very similar to keeping track of stock. But as we know, cryptocurrency isn't necessarily stock. The SEC is, still ruling on XRP, trying to make that determination. Bitcoin is said to not be a security, but the Treasury still has treated it as property since 2014. So in this article, as we go down, it says Coinbase will be issuing a 1099 MIS form to customers who have received $600 or more in cryptocurrency through Coinbase. Earn USDC rewards or staking income during 2020. So what this effectively says to me is that Coinbase is not going to be issuing a 1099K or a 1099B. As a matter of fact, Coinbase is not going to be issuing any sort of tax form for your cryptocurrency unless your cryptocurrency or your money within your account was earning some type of interest or staking income. But there's something further going on here. And as we take a look, I think it'll become clear. So we get to this news. This is all in the same week, mind you. Coinbase is suspending all margin trading tomorrow on the 25th of November due to recent regulations by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission is a commission that basically governs forwards and futures contracts. So when I saw this, again, I kind of thought, well, interesting. What is traded on futures and options is also Forex, so foreign exchange currencies. In my mind, it immediately jumped to, I'm pretty confident that the Treasury is going to rule that cryptocurrency is a currency. Now, what that's going to do for all of us long-term holders, or my clients who have holdings, who've held, Bitcoin for multiple years, any of these currencies, Ethereum, XRP, depending on the legislation or the rules that the Treasury or the regulations the Treasury sets out, if they treat the tax treatment and they retroactively backdate this for 2019, or they say it's for 2020, any long-term capital gain, in my opinion, and this is not financial advice, this is not how to do your return, because there is no guidance out there for this. It's going to come possibly in the next week, but you won't have long-term capital gain. You're going to have ordinary income when you sell your cryptocurrency. So how did I get to this conclusion? Well, this is my presumption. We don't know until it's going to happen. But foreign currency right now falls into Section 988 of the income tax rules. And basically, it's completed separately and treated as ordinary income or loss. Now, mind you, when you're buying foreign currency anywhere, you're not going to be getting a 1099. The law says basically, if you're just purchasing it or exchanging it for use, they're not required to give you a 1099 at these brokerages for Forex. So you take with what I just talked about earlier in this Coinbase article, they're basically saying we're not going to give any basis to the IRS with this code section of the current currency exchange. I mean, I think this is where they're headed. All right, now that I've explained that, let's go to the current tweets by Brian Armstrong. Brian is essentially saying that they're wanting to regulate this industry and treat this as you are transferring money to another individual. It's basically saying these proposed regulations are making cryptocurrency actual currency. This news, coupled with the fact that just recently, if any of you are familiar with this, Ledger hardware wallets are having a 40%.
Okay, so that's kind of where I end with that. Danny Law, what you think, brother? What's your thoughts on that? So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that. So what he's saying is that the U.S. Treasury, FinCEN, and or IRS, or SEC, whoever, is basically saying that these cryptos are, and what we're doing and how we're trading it is essentially, amongst ourselves, if you will. I don't know if about FX, but essentially that's what it is, right? Peer-to-peer could be perceived as currencies trading amongst other people, right? Could be we don't know who buys our Bitcoin, right? We don't know who buys our XRP, right? But in any case, his overall thesis is that the digital assets will be treated as currencies. And we've always talked about XRP as being the bridge currency, right? The bridge currency. And so I think a lot of people have talked about it on their channels that, digital assets as currencies, especially XRP. My big thing is so the Ledger Nano thing. I think that's one thing. I don't think that it's the holidays, right? So I don't think that's the thing. But the thing that I think is most important is it makes sense only because, in other words, digital assets as currencies, is because it makes sense to me overall is because they, whether it be the Treasury, the SEC, the IRS, whoever, they already know how to treat currencies. Like, that's what we do. They know how to treat income. That's what they do. That's what we do. And so it makes sense to do it. What's going on, Norse, man? Good to see you on the stream. I'm trying to find your tweet, Danny. So that to me, obviously it makes sense. Now the whole capital gains thing and the fact that, your capital gains tax could be significantly less depending upon how much crypto you have, but we won't know until they actually make the decision. Once they make the decision, if they do come out with something that is a currency, then it's definitely important to go to your team, right? You got that team in place, right? You got your accountant in place. You got your tax estate attorney in place, right? Hopefully, right? And then you can begin to ask them, what are the moves? What are the best moves for sure for you? I'm trying to find your thing, Danny. I don't see it, my friend. AJ is in the building. What's up, AJ? Danny Loft, I do not see your earlier tweet. Read my prior post about this. Did you do something on Twitter or is it in here? Because I don't see it, brother. James VP3. Yeah, I don't see it, Danny. Brandon Scott, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't see it in the chat, man. I didn't see it in the chat, my friend. You might not have hit enter. I don't see it, Danny. I went all the way to the beginning of the chat. So, but in essence, that's a great thing if it is treated as a currency. Because, oh, here it is. I see it, bro. I got it. I see it, brother. I see it. Let's read this together. Let's see what Danny has to say. The U.S. is going to use tax to move people into digital versus the standard markets and consider crypto just like income. No capital gains. There you go, brother. There you go. And listen, it makes sense. Everyone's used to filing, income taxes, right? They're used to doing it. Yeah, he did say, yeah. So there you go, Danny, right? And this is what we're all used to, right? Now, the question, and this is why we have Generational Wealth Wednesdays, is how are you prepared for this new influx of income? Are you prepared? Number one, do you have a cash flow business? Are you able to participate in itemized deductions? Right? Are you able to take advantage of over the 300, I believe, different write-offs? That's the question. So Boris says, yeah, but yeah, but us 500K plus are paying 37%. So he said, yeah, well, very, very true. That's what the sheet says. That's what the sheet says. But the vast majority of people at that 500K in income, hopefully they realize and have something in place to not have to do that. So number one way is obviously to have a cash flow business. And when I mean cash flow business, I mean business that you do from home. That is one of the greatest write-offs. Check with your accountant for sure on that. But in my humble opinion, it is absolutely one of the best ways to take advantage of the tax laws. They're not workarounds. They're the tax laws, right? Not loopholes, right? We don't talk loopholes here, but the tax laws, right? So, but yes, Danny, this is what I agree. This is what it looks like they're going to do. And it's easier. But you're right. And the vast majority of people, they're not prepared. The vast majority of people in the digital asset space, most are employees. Employees pay the most in taxes, right? That's just a fact. They do. And so this will be simpler for the Treasury or IRS, whatever, to get people accustomed to doing something as income. It's going to be as income. Norseman, Danny Law says, set up an LLC. Yeah, I just set one up, my friend. I just set up I finally made the decision. I was going to originally do my home state LLC, but I changed my mind and I went with the New Jersey. What do you see the advantages, Danny Law, of setting up an LLC when it comes to the digital asset space, brother? Danny Law says, set up an LLC. What do you see the advantages? Because I know Alex Mashinsky talks about it all the time, but he doesn't really go into detail about what the advantages are. What do you see the advantages are of having an LLC? So that would fall on the corporate tax, and it's just flat 21%. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I know I'm gonna email Celsius and kind of let them know that I had the LLC, because they hinted at the advantages of it, but they didn't really say what they are. So, and from the Celsius perspective, not, I can talk to my guy about. Otherwise, the challenge with talking with your team is a lot of them don't know what crypto is. A lot of them don't know what crypto is. Oh, goodness. Yeah, need to talk to the accountant and the lawyer, Norseman. Exactly right. Right. And so we have the estate attorney and we have the accountant, right? And so we're going to look at kind of what that is, and hopefully be able to explain to them what Ethereum is and why we have Ethereum. Goodness. So yeah, definitely. Corporate tax 21%. Yeah. So guys, so in any case, the other thing also is, we're in a position, right, to be able to do collateralized debt positions, CDBTs, CDPs, whether it be Kava or Celsius. I'm not recommending to do CBD collateralized loans, but I am recommending, if you decide to do it, I strongly suggest looking into Celsius and the Celsius network. Right? Strongly suggest. Crypto Royce, Boris Garlinghouse. Who is Crypto Royce? Never heard of Crypto Royce. Brock Sapisa says, Facebook launching Libra in January. Heard about that. of 2021. You know that means it will fail and roll out the red carpet for the XRP, the greatest. I hope. Well, I don't wish anyone failure, but I do believe XRP will is just going to shine. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. So, oh, thank you, Boris. I appreciate that. You make crypto siege. Well, I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, that's why we're here, right? So, and to me, I was thinking about this. I was listening to BC Backer earlier this morning. He was going over the DXY, which is basically the index for the dollar and value, right? Whether it's losing value or going down in value. I don't get personally why we as early adopters in this digital asset space, knowing what's going on with the printing presses and the printing of money and just completely sucking up any value that's left in the dollar, why you would, again, I'm not saying you, I'm just thinking out loud. Why would anyone move? Why would anyone move and or get rid of their digital asset? Hey, baby. Hi. And go into the dollar that has been losing its value since the 30s, 90-something% of its value. Right? Like I tell you guys all the time that me and Miss Crypto Siege, we're always looking into, how we're going to leverage platforms that allow us to hold on to our digital assets and yet still be able to go out and do life, right? Because right now, that can be a little kind of challenging, right? Even if you have a BitPay card, or even if you have a Binance card if you're not in the States, or even if you have a some other cards, right? How you go out and still live life, right? Without getting rid of your digital assets. And for us, it's going to be one of two things, right? We're either going to do a collateralized loan, right? Whether that be in stable coins or the digital asset itself, because on Celsius, you can do both. Or we're just going to put the asset in stable coins and take advantage of double figure interest every single month. Either or, we have to see how that is going to work in terms of taking the interest every month and just living off that interest. For tax purposes, what does that look like? Let's say you got $100,000 in USDC and you're earning 10% interest, whatever that is, $3,500, $3,600 a month, something like that. Is it that much? 100,000 at 10%. Whatever that is, bro. It's 100,000. It's 10,000. Okay, so whatever that is. Do you have the Uphold card, Danny Loth? I need to get one of those. Do share why you think the Uphold card is better, Danny. But in either case, right, kind of figuring out how that's going to look. Because what I do want is to not pay a bunch of taxes, right? If you do the collateralized loan, it's a loan, right? You get yourself $100,000 in your account, but since it's a loan, you're not paying anything. So I love it. And that's what I like, right? Because then, I pay the loan back at 1% or 3.9% or 7.95%, right? Yes, but I still have my Bitcoin, right? We still have our Ethereum, the asset, because the asset is the value. I mean, that's the value. Even in the bear markets, ultimately, it's still more valuable, in my humble opinion, than the dollar. XRP number one says 1 million is $8,333 a month in interest. Right? And so that's kind of the thing. That's kind of where I'm looking at things. And you guys kind of have to make that decision as well, right? So this is your hard-earned money. You don't want to be giving it to the powers out there, to the committee out there called them, right? So you got to look into, you want to look into other options. Now, listen, the vast majority of people be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to pay taxes. They'll be like, yeah, I'm just going to pay 25, 30%. And this is what I got left. But my taxes are paid. I don't have to worry about the IRS. And they're happy. Right? That's not what the 1% of the 1% do. The 1% of the 1% acquire assets. They purchase crypto. They earn interest on their assets. They earn interest on their BTC and ETH. And they leverage their assets. They don't liquidate them. DDN, what's up, my friend? Can you do a live stream about Celsius? I don't understand it. A lot of people is not that text and will cash out. Yeah, absolutely. I will do a live stream about Celsius, DDN, without question. Absolutely, 100%. We'll do a live stream about Celsius because absolutely. Right, and that's the question too. Is kind of where you are. What do you need to live for a year or 2 years, right? What is that going to look like? Because the gains, especially Danny Loft, if we get that what is it? If we get the 2 alt seasons that BC Backer has graciously made us aware of the possibility, if we get that, I've done the math on his, kind of his strategy. I did the math on that. Well, you leverage your asset. Look at this. You leverage your assets by doing what they take is called collateralized debt positions, or collateralized loans. But basically, you put up your asset, whether it be BTC, ETH, or XRP, you put that up, and the value of that, you can get a loan on that value, on what they call LTV, loan to value. So different platforms have different loan to values. 25% loan to value, 33% loan to value, 50% loan to value. So 50% loan to value is if you have $10,000 in value of a particular digital asset, if you do the 50% LTV loan, you can get $5,000. There's risk in doing it because you have to be familiar with and comfortable with what they call margin calls. In other words, your 10,000 in value is now 8,000 in value because of the market going up and down, right? And so so you have to learn what that looked like and what that feels like. We did a small one. We did like I think it was two grand at 50% LTV, or $4,000. I think it was $4,000 in value at 50% LTV, because the 50% is the one where the margin calls are the most. And I wanted to see what that looked like in using the Celsius platform. Of course, I was paying close attention to it, but I wanted to check out their response and how they handle it and what they do. And I got to tell you, they are just over the top on our side, on your side. So tons of emails about the margin call, because we had, I don't know, maybe four of them, maybe 5. At XRP, we did it at, I don't know, 17 cents or maybe 18 cents, whatever it was. So we get tons of emails, and then they give you options on what you can do. You can deposit more of that asset to meet the value that it lost. You can pay down the loan, just take that dirty, nasty fiat and say, okay, if I just pay down the loan, what would I need to do to meet the margin call? They'll tell you, they'll respond. They completely work with you 10,000%. It's not an automated thing. So you really get people in that department that are looking out. They don't want to make the margin call. They've never done it. And the institutional side, never actually had a margin call where people weren't able to meet the margin. So my experience was, it was very, very, very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. I think I did it for 4 out of the 6 months, because they require 6 months interest, right? So at 1% or at 3.9% or at 8.9%, you can pay your loan back early at any time. There are no late payments. There is no loan origination fee. There aren't any fees at all. But what they do want is, if you do this loan, they want 6 months of interest, right? So you can take 6 months to pay it. You can pay the 6 months interest up front if you want. You can redo your loan. There's all these crazy options. But in any case, we did it. And I think at 4 months, we just paid it off, and left our digital asset on the platform to earn interest every single week. So because when it's locked up in a loan, it doesn't earn the interest, right? So I did it to test it out, right? We wanted to see how they work. We wanted to see what their customer service was like. We wanted to see if they did margin calls too early, or they've done any of that, right? So we tested out with a small amount, 2,000, right? And now you could do it for as low as just 1,000 in value. You can do it, right? If you just have 1,000 in value of a crypto, and you can do a 25%, I think, loan, a 33% loan to value, or a 50% loan to value, just to see what that looked like, right? And so that's what we did. But those kind of the options. The self-directed IRAs is another interesting option if you want to go that route. I think it is best for those who already have 401ks. I think it's best for that. If not, you have to cash out your crypto. If you don't have any 401ks, you have to cash out your crypto, put your money on iTrust Capital, and then buy back your crypto. And then now your future purchases are right, they're deferred, right? And they can grow, and you can take advantage of it that way. So if you're willing to do that, you can certainly do that as well. And I don't think it has to be either or. You can participate in both if you want to. For me, I did not want to cash out a bunch of crypto out and then buy it back. So the exciting thing is really, really looking into, doing the stable coin thing, taking 100,000, just put it in USDC or USDT, just taking that monthly interest and doing the thing. That is exciting, right? That is a really exciting proposition. So, and again, once you talk with an accountant, once you talk to your estate attorney, right, they can tell you, well, this is probably the best situation for you where you are right now and then. That's why we talk on Generational Wealth Wednesdays, how important it is for you to have a team. How important it is for you to have a team. Now, if you take $100,000 of Bitcoin and put it in the USDC, right, and you're earning that interest, right, your $100,000 is still there. It's earning interest, right? And if you want to get back into the market with that $100,000 at a later time, you can. So, right? So that's kind of the deal there. But I for me personally, I really like taking $100,000 in BTC put it in USDC and just taking the interest, right? Because this is not going to be the last bull run, right? It's not going to be the last bull run. So if someone is willing to pay 10.5% interest, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't need Lambos and right. I don't need, not that I'm not going to get a Lambo. We are going to get a Lambo and a Porsche, right? But I don't need that stuff. I don't need it, right? I'm good. I'm good with that residual income, that passive income. I'm good with that. I am 100% good with that. What I like is the option of $300,000 and the option of saying, oh, I got $300,000 in value. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a loan and I'm going to go buy the Ferrari Portofino. Cash. Yeah, cash. Right? I like that option. And I like that although I'm paying that loan back, I'm paying it back to a platform that supports me and paying me interest on my assets versus doing something with what is it? A financing company. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's kind of where I am with that stuff. So that's the main thing. And I personally, I'd rather have making interest on my stable coin versus paying interest. I don't pay any interest, right? So in other words, this is what I mean. With a card, are they charging me interest for that card? I don't want to pay interest. The only interest I want to pay is to a platform that's paying me. Just like with just like with what is that? Whole life insurance policy that pays me dividends and interest. Yeah, I'll collateralize my asset on that platform and pay the interest back to them and myself because it's supporting me, right? So that's my take on that stuff. I want something that is paying me interest for participating in that platform. If that platform is not paying me interest on my assets, it has to go on the tier 2. It can't be a tier 1. It has to be a tier 2 because they're not paying me interest. You're not gonna pay me interest on my assets. I don't need the privilege to spend my assets. I can spend my assets on my own. What I want is, are you willing to say, you have $100,000 in BTC, we'll pay you interest on your BTC. Are you willing to do that? Cool. So in any case, guys, that's my take on that stuff there. So the latest news out of SBI is they are actually testing using XRP with FX coin and the I forget the name of the bank. Oh my God. I can't even pronounce it. I'm going to let Crypto Eddie pronounce it for you, but they're actually using XRP in Japan. Let's check this video out, guys. This was some really, really good stuff. Bill Bean, you're welcome, my friend. You are welcome. Why do I feel like I saw you on Twitter? Name sounds very, very familiar. Is that correct? Is that you're on Twitter as well, Bill Bean? Thank you, Incognito. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bill Bean, are you on Twitter? I feel like I've seen that name on Twitter. I am free says, what's the platform you were talking about? Please send to me. I absolutely will. We'll talk about the Celsius.network. I'll send you some information on it. I would encourage you to, before you put your money on any platform, that you do your homework. I would encourage you to watch as many AMAs with Alex Mashinsky on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and then search AMA with Alex Mashinsky, like in Mash Inc. Y, Mash Inc. Y, Mashinsky, without question. But I'm an ambassador for the Celsius platform, which is why I talk about it And why I'm excited about it. But again, it's just I'm someone who's using the platform myself and loving the benefits of doing it. Here's a link here for you. And I think if you deposit $200, you get a certain amount of BTC, and I get a certain amount of BTC. Yep. Okay, Bill Bean. Yep. I remember reading some of your stuff. I share some of your stuff on my channel, as a matter of fact, Bill Bean. Good to see you on the channel, my friend. Is this your first time checking in, Bill? All about that financial statement. Indeed. Game Guru, indeed. Let's share with this Crypto Eddie here. Let me share this with you guys. Did that work? An error occurred when, wait a moment. What? Oh, you got it? Okay. You're welcome. I am free. All right, let's see. Let's share this because this is really, really, really good. Oh, let's go to YouTube.
Point you in the on Friday using the digital asset XRP, and they used it to avoid the risk of price.
Let's start this from the beginning for you guys.
Around blockchain and digital assets for sure. And this particular exchange that SBI invested into, there was a grand vision from the beginning. So today they announced that a demo has been conducted. Actually, the first demo was done on Friday using the digital asset XRP, and they used it to avoid the risk of price fluctuations in the settlement, which will be both for receivables and payables. And they did it with the behemoth company, Sumitomo. Sumitomo Group companies, wow. It's a first for them in Japan to use a cryptocurrency and the digital asset XRP for settlement. But also, Sumitomo is going to make future transactions with FX Coin to hedge the price movement by selling the XRP back to FX Coin on a specific date. What that does is it allows Sumitomo to lock in a future price, which is so important and revolutionary for trade finance.
Well, there that is there. I would encourage you guys to definitely check out this video from Crypto Eddie, the one. XRP settlement demo in Japan and future hedge and the 6.6 FX swap trade finance. So it's Sumitomo. So they're actually using it for settlement, right? So the to and fro settlement and as a hedge in locking in a price, which is absolutely outstanding. Trade finance is massive. Okay, it's massive. But it's being used, and I think that is the most important part, is actually being used. They started it in November 25th. We all been waiting for SBI to what is the word? Show its influence, because it has a massive influence over there, and what they've been doing, right? Crawfish XRP, you're welcome, my friend. Thank you, Bill Bean. I appreciate you, brother. Okay, it's been a while. Okay, yeah, it's good. Yeah, I appreciate you here, Bill, for sure. So, Crawfish, you're welcome, bro. You know how we do. Yes, indeed, right? And so, you know, for SBI to kind of, you know, make their mark, right? We know that Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao is the biggest fan ever of XRP. We know that. Now he's got SBI working with FX Coin, which is an exchange. FX Coin is working with Sumitomo Bank. Now remember, FX Coin is buying XRP from SBI VC Trade. The exchange is buying it from that monster that is SBI. Okay, they're buying XRP, and FX Coin is working with Sumitomo Bank and said, look, this is the idea. This is something that we could do. Sumitomo is like, cool. They started using it. First time ever using any digital asset. They're using XRP for settlement, but also in what they're saying is that lock-in price for trade. They can do that because XRP is a monster. It's so fast, right? And so when you think about a $6.6 trillion, listen, Sumitomo Bank, are you kidding? Are you kidding? One of the top 5 largest banks in all of Japan, I believe, top 5. That's big news. And when the word gets out about how effective it is in using XRP, it's going to spread to that conglomerate of banks that is SBI, right? The 4th mega bank they're creating. That is going to spread. Can you link in the chat the account and YouTube channel, please? Absolutely, bro. XRP. Mateo Blue Riz says, love your work, Siege. Thanks for all you're doing. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. I'm so excited and proud to be a part of this community, you know, and I feel blessed to be a content creator for the XRP community, but overall content creator for the overall digital asset space. It is a blessing for sure. Let me get that thing there. So that is big news because that, again, that's going to get out. And when I say get out, you know, Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao is going to say, hey, FX Coin and Sumitomo Bank, this is what they're doing. This is what Sumitomo is saying, right? This is how it's working. Are they going to test it in small amounts? Sure. But they're testing it. You're actually using it. And we all know about the settlement thing. But I'm telling you, when these banks get that, when they get the speed and efficiency and the low cost, when they get it, right? When they get that, like, whoa, when they see the bigger picture of using digital assets, listen, it's over. It's over. And it's happening. It's happening. And I get where, you know, Ripple, you know, they made that decision. Smart contracts, cross-border settlement. Smart contracts, cross-border settlement. And they said, no, we're going to go left and we're going to do cross-border payments. But that doesn't mean they're not going to eventually get to the other thing. Listen. We say this on the channel all the time, and I think it's so hugely important to get. The XRPL, no, let me say it again. The ILP, the XRPL, XRP, just pick one. Just pick one. Because this monsters, all of them. I'm only Tyler. Good afternoon to you, bro. Just pick one. What's going on, Deep Mind? Good to see you, brother. I think I missed you checking in, bro. Deep Mind says hashtag utility, hashtag blue ocean strategy. Indeed. Hashtag regulation, hashtag moon. Indeed. So that is the deal, guys. I wanted to share that with you. Thanks. Shout out to Crypto Eddie for sharing that with the community. Let me do this thing for bro XRP here real quick. Here's the link in the chat here for the accountant video. If you want to check that out. It's only 27 minutes long. I definitely recommend checking it out. But there you go. There you go, bro XRP. You guys definitely want to check that out for sure. Let's level up our IQ in this space. It's a different perspective. It's certainly something for us to ponder and, more importantly, be prepared for, right? Right? To be prepared for. Tell the Truth says, new to your channel, great info. Well, thank you, Tell Truth. I appreciate that. I appreciate you hanging out today. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when we do some videos, upload some videos, or go live. Rasheen B. Wealth is in the building. What's up, bro? Good to see you today, bro. Good to see you. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up the stream. I got to head out and get some other things done. I may even do a driving video today. I don't know. It's raining out there. So we shall certainly see. Thank you so much for hanging out. Never forget this, guys. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.